Hello and welcome to the OB Builders North Wilkesboro 265. My name's Roger Pierce, and I'm joined with Joe LaCastro and our great producer, Austin Derbyshire. We're here at the fabulous place of North Wilkesboro. Joe's going to join us in a minute. This place has a lot of history. The first time in I don't even know how many years. Sheldon's not here to give me the info, but we have a Cup Series race here. Legit, not all-star format this weekend, and I'm so looking forward to it. We're going to get a great preview here tonight as we get a great shot of the track here from the Google Maps. 1 second here. last week results. We were at Atlanta, right? The TV fastest lap was Chad Kibbe with the 29.06, but Keegan Sabilo pulled it off at Atlanta with a great last lap finish, with Paul Hill finishing second, with Brandon Pascalacqua in third, Justin Levine fourth, and Jordan Slater in fifth. Keegan wants it tonight. He called his shot last week. He said he wants to go back to back, right? So as we talk into that, let's go into these league standings. Paul Hill still in first place with Justin Levine second, Brandon Pascalacqua third, Evan Seep fourth, and PB Henry in fifth. And as we look at these points, they're close. With how this format is, it's anybody's game. Live standings, you'll see as the race goes, a lot of spots are going to jump. Yeah, so with that being said, let's get into the keys to the race. So again, great track, short track, but it's a short track, right? So bump it's gonna happen. Some rough pass is gonna happen. It's carnage out there, right? So these guys got to keep it clean a little bit. There's gonna be some passes to set up and some doors being used, and that's just short track racing, right? Number two, tire management. This is a long race, 260 laps, but we can go around 160 laps on a tank of fuel. But the tires, they may not last that long. So you gotta have to kind of figure out your pitch strategy from that point, because you're going at least 2 laps down here. And lastly, it's short track racing. If a bump goes wrong, the car might crash, right? So let's try not to wreck each other out here. Let's not die early. It's a long race. Give and take early on in the race, and as we go on, you'll see the aggression ramp up.
That is excellent advice there, Roger. Here I am. Sorry to keep you waiting. It's good to be here in the booth with you at North Wilkesboro. And after those keys to the race, now we're going to go down through the grid and let's cover who is going around today. First things first, it's going to be Evan Say in the pole position here with Maverick Davis on the outside. Paul Hill in third with Brandon Pascalacqua in fourth. PB Henry in fifth with Brian Johnson in sixth. Luke Christian in seventh, and on the outside, Louis Becerra. Adam Benefiel in ninth. It's Patrick Gitter in 10th.
Yeah, Tim Mortimer Jr. in this 28 machine is going to be rolling off P11 with Paul Gallimore 12th. Shane Clore is going to be 13th with Joseph Causey 14th. Alexander Carr in the 18 is going to be 16th with Keegan Sabilo in 17th. John Bender 18th with Chris Hudson 19th. And Keith Long 20th. My bad, I missed somebody there.
It's all good. It's all good. Breaking it down, Kenny Powell in 21st with Jose Medina on the outside in 24th. Row 12 is Michael Conti with Justin Levine, the 19, there on the 23rd spot. Greg Carr in the 25 in row 13 with Michael Filguera rounding out the 26 car field.
Yeah, Conti's back, and this is kind of his bread and butter. We saw him at Richmond last year. He's a great short track guy. I've raced him at many short tracks, and he's just got a lot of long run pace. So be prepared to see that 38 machine come through the field.
Absolutely. And, you know, we've got two guys there who are pretty strong drivers who didn't qualify. Michael Conti and Justin Levine both starting from the back of the field, working their way up over the course of 260 laps here. So we've got a long time for them to get this down and get it going. In the meantime, Evan Say and Maverick Davis are going to have to be holding off a lot of attention here. This is a track that doesn't, you know, there's no drafting here, but yeah, and you can get on, you're not going to get to full power very much. It's not quite the same as a much longer track. So these guys are going to be on the defense almost immediately, I think. We're going to have to see what happens here.
Yeah, you're going to see it go, right? The top line's most likely going to prevail. Evan's going to have to move up here because the way this start is, when this green flag comes out, it could go anytime in this box. And that's the really interesting part about this track is you have to look out for tire spin. And if you're on the bottom, it's extremely easy to get loose. So you're going to see these guys fire off, and it's going to be who has the advantage going in the corner. But Maverick Davis starting in second is kind of my pick to get it all get the lead off of turn 2.
And given this is a shorter track, I think now we're finally down to the 1 to go situation here. We're going to go down to the BK Design start zone. Get things kicked off on the LB Builders Cup Series this Thursday night.
Yeah, pace car's down. Someone just said there's 9 incident points, so that's going to make this race even more interesting.
There goes the pace car. Here comes that BK Design start zone. Looking for the green flag. There it is. We are go, go, go.
Like I said, Maverick Davis with a great jump on the outside. Evan's going to have to move up here because Passalak was going to have a run going down. You have a lot of great short track guys in this field, right? And you're going to see them manage the bottom and save tires and kind of just meticulously work their way through.
Good drive from Say also here.
Yeah, but you got to be careful with what he's doing there, right? He's doing a cut down line. He's going to get loose doing it. And he's spinning. Oof, Gitters in the wall. No caution. No caution yet. What a save. But that's what I was talking about. That cut down, right? You have to be careful. There's a bump on the bottom of 4 that gets the car extremely upset if not careful. Let's go back and look at the replay here. Evan just kind of, like, he tries to do a diamond, right? Gets it down. He's got a lot of wheel in it, but he's on the bottom, and there's that bump, right? It upsets the car. Go left, go right, on the brake hard, trying to save the car. Gitter gets in the fence, trying to avoid him. Hopefully no damage there for the 21 machine. Seems to be okay. Yeah, there's separation already as we get through here, right? It's a long race, but you could kind of see who's going to push hard, and I don't expect any less from PB there, right? PB's going to have a run here going to the corner on Brian Johnson. Going to run the other these. Brian's going to run that middle line. Brian's going to have the drive off here, right? So PB, he just has to be right there on the edge and exactly where he needs to be. He's going to have the bottom, which is the preferred lane in 3 and 4. Brian's fighting really good back up on top. What a great battle here. PB should clear him here. He's going to. He's got to move up. Yep. Further on through the pack, Tim Wortman Jr. there fighting with Shane Clore. Keegan Sevilla working his way up. Started 17th in this race. Called his shot last week, so it's going to be interesting to see how he works his way through the field. He's got to be nice and clean with it. Oh, Shane Clore gets loose. Wreck behind.
That's going to be a yellow flag.
Yeah, it looked like Causey believes so. But you saw that wiggle out of Shane. It just creates that stack up. Yep, Causey kind of lifted. Paul didn't really see it. Hopefully no damage on Causey's end.
Take a look what happened here. Go on board with Clort.
Just a little bit free there. Might have the brake bias turned down just a little bit too much, heating up that right rear, trying to get on the brakes as much as he can, and it's gonna go around. This is an extremely temperamental track, and you have to be prepared for it, right? Smooth is fast, slow is fast. You're not driving in as deep in the corners as you think, as Causey right there. Nothing he could really do, and just gets drove through from behind.
I'm still surprised that we didn't see a yellow when Say had his moment as well. speaking of using the entire track and kind of respecting the track situation, he was driving a unique line. It almost cost him everything. Everybody split really well, but ultimately we ended up having a problem anyway.
Yeah, I think Gitter has a little bit of damage on the right front. I think it's crinkled in just a little bit. You have an option to fix around 20 seconds of damage here. Now they did update pit stops this week to be around 9 seconds for 4 tires. So you're going to see faster pit times as we move along through the series. But the issue is damage is still slow. And with the short track, Gitter has to get out before the pace car or it goes a lap down.
Yeah, it's going to be a race against time for Patrick Gitter. Folks, thank you for joining us here on Grid Vision. It's the LB Builders Cup Series. It's Thursday night. We're doing 260 laps here tonight.
260 laps. That is correct.
260. There we go. 260 laps around here tonight.
Oh,
yellow flag's still flying here.
Yeah, so this is something that's been happening with iRacing, right? This is the newest iRacing glitch. If someone stops on the track or anything like that, as soon as the pace car goes down and they're slow, it creates another caution. So we're not getting a delay. We're getting a whole nother caution. So now we're going to be under caution for another 3 laps. So Maverick Davis now is catching the pace car, and this creates a whole nother 3-lap scenario of saving fuel, figuring out what you need to do. And this has happened a lot. This happened at Atlanta. This happened at Chicagoland. It just seems to be the new issue that's been happening.
Wow, that's really insane. That's eating up laps and fuel, like you just said. This could be a strategy changing glitch here.
Well, I'm not gonna say it's much fuel, right? Because you're not really burning all that much here. I'll actually tell you in a minute here what it is. Yeah, you're burning around 1.4 to 1.3 average a lap here, depending, right? And that's not a whole lot. You can save a lot of fuel under pace laps here. A lot of these guys, it's just habit of what we do. But under caution, we clutch, right? We're saving as much fuel as we can. We're running outside of the groove to keep the tires clean and not hot. Because if you run in the racing groove, you're picking up the marbles. Now we're only 17 laps at this point, and 14 were green flag laps or somewhere around there. So the rubber's not really laid down yet, so you don't have to worry about the marble pickup. But as this race goes on, you're going to see a line start to get defined through 3 and 4 especially, and then in 1 and 2 you have 3 different lines that the rubber is going to lay down, and you're going to have to figure out what's going to work for you.
And I can think of a lot of different shapes here at North Wilkesboro, as the track does have options, but as we've seen, those options can be deadly if they're not played exactly right.
Yeah, Maverick's going to pick bottom here on the restart. This league does have a choose rule. Some people use it, some people don't, right? Sometimes the bottom lane is just kind of the go-to lane. Bottom for a restart, though, allows him to get the jump because he has control in the restart zone. So he can figure out when he wants to fire off, and he could get a pretty good jump going into 1 and run whatever line he wants to run.
That's right. That's very good. Good place for Maverick to be right now. And why don't you take us to the line here for this restart here, Roger?
All right, man. Yeah, so Brandon Passalacqua get right up alongside. Can't pass him. Maverick's controlling the pace here as we're in the restart zone. Maverick's going to fire. A little bit of wheel spin further around back. Maverick does a great jump. Passalacqua's second still. Maverick's going to run this top, get as much momentum built. He's going to do a cut down line, and that's what creates that speed coming out of the corner. Paul Hill gets the 4th. Little bit of a radio chirp already as we're only on lap 20, and some of these guys are already frustrated. So it's
yeah, I heard that. He said, brother, we're only on lap 15 or something along those lines.
Yeah, we can pull the biggest movers too, because there's some people up 10 spots already, kind of working the way through the field. Yeah,
that is a lot for how many laps we've run. 10 spots is a good amount of places to have moved up, even with the one yellow being the one thing that sort of accordioned everybody back together. You could do that again. You could really make some distance with these restarts here.
Well, again with the glitch, right? If they're in line coming to the restart zone, right? They think they're gonna go. If you're in front of the car on your outside or the inside, you get that spot. So the spots jumble up with that glitch. You could gain a spot under that glitch easily.
Oh, man,
and so then it restacks the row into the new order. As PB Hendrick gets a great drive off the corner, sets up Brandon. He's gonna just kind of wait patiently there. His key moment is in 1 and 2. He's really good there in the entry. He's got great exit pace too. Passalacqua's gonna give it to him. He knows it's early. Doesn't want to burn off his tires. Smart move.
You got it. And North Wilkesboro is, it's another track where I was just talking about Texas earlier. Texas is a track where there's an asymmetry to it. There's 1 and 2 is different than 3 and 4. Same here at North Wilkesboro. There's a little difference between the strategies for both those, and I think that it's really about the exit. We've been talking about the entrance and ways to play the corner, but man, getting that run off the exit just seems to be everything here.
Yeah, it's who can get the power down, right? It's who has the center turn to get the power down. So you're right on the money. It's center exit, right? As PB sets up this pass with Maverick, gives him a little bit of a tap there, says, "Hey, I'm here," and PB's gonna be really aggressive here. He's gonna roll the outside, try to cut down. Maverick's gonna cut off the exit. PB's gonna have a look on the inside. PB's loose though. Gonna have to shallow up his entry. Yeah, that was almost really bad. He almost went in there with too much speed because he got loose off the corner and it shot his car down, and he did not have the right entry to get into the corner.
Ugh. Yeah, good, good recovery, good avoidance, wreck avoidance there. Holding on to the vehicle, making sure that you don't lose control. And PB Henry in the top 5 overall in the league standings, so a very good chance that he will be one to watch as the race continues.
Yeah, and you see further on back, Conti's fighting with Paul. Conti's running that bottom line. Like I said, it's about half a groove up from the actual bottom because there's a bump there and one that's going to upset the car. And Conti's just really good at rolling that bottom, right? He's going to open up the wheel on exit and he's going to make that pass. Super clean. Now he's going to run the top. He's going to cut down right there across the dot. Exactly what you want to see, and he's going to get the speed coming out of the corner. Another one making moves is Levine, though. Levine's kind of figuring this out. It's just been some rough races this week, trying to figure out this track, figure out the long run pace, figuring out how to pass. I mean, that's the hardest part, and to do it cleanly. You're going to see some of these guys like set up a pass. Brandon let PB go, but if that wouldn't have happened, they would have been side by side in the corner until that pass was complete. Someone would have had to give at some point. There's battles all around as they go through the track. Luke Christian, Evan Say, Tim Morton Jr., Michael Conti.
It is all over the place. Beautiful day here at North Wilkesboro.
The battle for the lead just got heated up. PB just caught Maverick again. He's going to see he's going to go to the high side. He's going to try to cut it down just like Evan did, but he's got to be careful on exit, right? Just like that. If you saw the rear end of that car kicked out, he knew it was coming, so he had to lift to try to get it. He cannot do that cut down line just like that. He's got to be a little bit higher or else the rear end of the car it's going to keep bottoming out and it's going to throw the car.
Well, we just want to thank you folks for joining us here on Grid Vision. You're watching the OB Builders Cup Series. It's me, Joe LaCastro, Jolo up in the booth with Roger Pierce this week and Austin Darbyshire. He's the one who's making all this beautiful camera work happen for you right now. So if you're just joining us, it's nice to have you. And if you've been watching, we just crossed over that halfway point in the series. The points fight is getting hot now. And we have almost just so many people on the field right now who are in that race for the points at the top of the field. And some drivers that we've mentioned already who we just think are going to be competitive tonight. Adam Benefiel is one of the ones that I want to highlight. He's got this long-term strategy that always seems to play out at tracks like this.
Yeah, this is one that you would kind of circle for Adam. This is his bread and butter per se, right? His tire management skill. And I could personally say I raced Adam here last year, and it was one of the cleanest battles I've had with him. He'll put himself in the wall before he wrecks you. That's just kind of how he is, right? And if he does wreck you, it's not on purpose. You must have done something extremely wrong to get him that flustered to do it. He's gonna be really technical about setting up these passes, figure out where your weak spots are, and he's just gonna pounce, right? So he's kind of rolling this bottom. Like I said, it's at half a lane up. Get the drive on exit. Everyone's running the top. And he's just going to kind of arc it in real nice and slow. Cut down. See, that wasn't too much of a cut down. Because he was still off the bottom enough that he didn't hit the bump.
There he goes, and now he's tucked in behind there. The 26 right now of Paul Hill, getting absolutely run down by Luis Becerra. Becerra is very, very close behind him there. The 12 car, or the number 1 car, excuse me. Using that bumper, and there's not a lot of drafting going on at this track, obviously, but he is really tight on the bumper there of the 26.
Yeah, dirty air is still a thing at short tracks, right? We see it at Martinsville, everything like that. It's a different type of dirty air at these short tracks. Rear aero grease is actually a thing here. If you get too close to someone's rear bumper on exit, you can really upset the car. Now, here's the thing with Becerra. He's on a CFM machine, right? So he cannot do that cut down line that he sees these other two guys on CFM machines doing as well, because as you saw, it's upset the rear end. So he's kind of running a different line, an aggressive line, trying to just kind of push Paul through the corner and set up a mistake out of Paul. Paul just has to basically not look in his mirror too much, because that's just going to show the pressure that's there. Paul gets a really good drive off here, kind of gives himself half a car space going in the corner, and Lewis is just going to, he's just going to hit him, right?
Yeah.
Lewis is sending it deeper in the corner. Now, the only issue with that is he's going to heat up the right front, and it's going to make him tight long run. So if he can't complete this pass, he's going to get stuck.
Yeah, there he is, stuck. Oh, and he spins Hill. The aggression from Becerra pays off. And unfortunately, the one who pays the bill is Paul Hill. Spun around, barely dodges some cars there. Thankfully, not too many people involved. But Hill just getting absolutely spun by Luis Becerra, unfortunately. Becerra, he was driving pretty aggressive there. And I think that he just stayed really close to Hill. But if you see there, Hill kind of came up a bit. But Becerra didn't have... What do you think there, Roger? Like, Becerra was definitely on.
I have to see it from. I'd have to see it from a straight on view, right? Because we see it from the corner view from the camera. Becerra here, right? He gets to his outside, running extremely tight. He washes up here. He gets a run, and Paul's moving up on exit. That's kind of how you go. There's that bump down there. If you stay down there, you kind of 50-50 shot if the car's stable or not. So you have to move up off the corner off exit to create the speed. And I just don't know if he didn't know Lewis was there or not, or if he didn't know Lewis was going to be that aggressive or not. That push through the corner in 1 and 2 told me that he was going to be as aggressive. So as you see right here, he's not really opened up his wheel till right there, and then he's wrecked. He still has wheel turned into it.
Yeah, he's still turned into it. The car is doing the moving mostly at that point. And he's just trying to get the throttle back down as much as he can. But with Becerra there, it's a very tight spot. It's a blind spot for the car, especially if you're not looking, over your shoulder really closely. So, man, I think that Hill moving up was inevitable. If I was Becerra, and I saw Hill down on the inside at the end of that turn, I'm thinking he's coming up to the outside, but I don't know. I mean, obviously, based on how Becerra was driving, he's not going to give him the space. Kind of just give him the rope to hang himself, so to speak. Give him the space so that if he runs into me, he runs into me. He spun over my nose.
Yeah, and that's that's a 60-point swing right there. Yeah. So him running up in third. Now where is he? All the way back in probably 20th.
He's
18th. Yeah. So it's doable. And now they're trying to get all this figured out. This is not good.
up. And now it's going around again. Here we go. Here we go. Projected standings still show Hill pretty high up there, but yeah, he's running an 18th right now, or 19th according to the tower. Just a 60-point lead there.
160-point lead. There you go. Okay.
There you go. Okay. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, so that just shows anything can happen at these tracks, right? That's why these guys show up. I mean, it's a kind of a smaller car count tonight, around 24 cars. And these guys battling for the top position and points are all here.
Yeah. Yeah, I was just thinking that earlier. Just about every name that we called out in the top 5 when this race started is on the field and is racing for points tonight. So there is a lot of activity here in the middle of the field, in the middle of the season on the OEB Builders Cup Series. So
yeah, and the problem there, right, was when that caution came out, or when that yellow came out, it was no one was ready to go. No one was lined up. Everyone was single file still. The top didn't know where they were at. They had to let cars pass. It was all jumbled. And if you've ever been to a short track, that's exactly what it's like. You got officials up on the spotters telling you where your cars are at, telling you need to be here, you need to let them go, and then you got people fighting for their spot saying, no, I was here, so you have to look back on timing. It's a mess in the best way possible. This is my favorite type of racing other than plate track stuff like that. I love this stuff.
This is it is a mess. It is a different kind of mess when you've got all this power down there and no one can use it off the line quite the way that they want to. And there's a very different way of approaching a restart at a track like this as well. You're not just going to be able to let it rev up as much as you can. It's just so interesting. Yeah, it's so interesting to watch the stack that hits when you get to that first turn, especially in these kind of situations here.
Yeah, and we're not done with this package yet either. I mean, we go to Indy next week, right? But after that, New Hampshire, Richmond. All those short tracks are coming up. So we're going to see this 650 package with no rear diffuser for weeks to come.
Excellent. Yes. PB Henry, Maverick Davis leading things off the line here. There goes the pace car looking for the Big K Designs restart zone. Here we go, folks. Get on the edge of your seat. There we go. It's PB Henry off the jump with Maverick Davis following behind and everybody else falling into place after that.
Yeah, this is new tires versus old tires, right? PB opted to go to the bottom line, which let Maverick run the top and get that run formed. And you're going to see here, Maverick's going to have more turn than PB. The tires are 50 laps older, right? But at the same time, new tires just rules all. It's extremely hard to stop it. As you see here, he just went to the bottom and rolled right by. He had the pass there. He decided to back out of it, show good faith. PB's washing up off the top. A little bit of a bump there.
There's no pass here for Maverick Davis. Not right now. There's no way.
Oh, yeah, there is. It's coming. He's setting it up. PB's having a really hard time wrapping the bottom because he's looking in his mirror, seeing the pressure. He's kind of missing there. Right there is a good one. He's there. Maverick's going to have the run on the outside, kind of form it here. Maverick's going to go to the bottom. He's got the newer tires to do it. He's going to kind of arc them out, get there. PB's going to have to drive off the exit, though. Grab the quarter panel. PB's going to dive it here on the bottom. Yep. And that's exactly what I thought was going to happen. And that opens the door for Brandon on new tires as well to get to PB. But PB's not going to be done with this fight yet.
No. It did cost him, but he's still up here in the front, which means he still has some options for making other people have to pay a toll as they pass. Right now, PB Henry has got Luis Becerra right behind him. Becerra driving very strong tonight, so we'll see what happens here. He makes his dive down to the inside. Here comes the number 1. Making his
There's a
pass
difference
on PB
between
Henry.
strong and aggressive, though.
That's true. That's why I chose strong. What do you think? Should it be more aggressive?
I think he's being ultra aggressive, and I get it,
Okay.
right? It's points racing. If he thinks he has the car to win, he's going to be aggressive. If there's one person that understands that, it's me. As we have 3 wide further on back, Adam backs out of it. He says, "Nope, I don't like that."
Yeah, big pack of cars right there. Adam Benefield's back there. More a 3 wide action for a second there.
3.
Yep, PB Henry falling back.
Just losing spots. Yeah.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. He's falling back further and further. Right now, he's just ahead of Brian Johnson. Johnson on the outside with him, trying to make that second line work, but it's not going to happen. Johnson tries to get on the inside, making it 3 wide. Doesn't happen. Henry manages to hold off that 10th place spot for just a little while longer, but the inevitable is about to happen. Oh, no! Luke Christian losing it as Brian Johnson gets into the back of Luke Christian. Luke Christian with a recovery, but he's going to fall back in the pack. Insane. What a push from Johnson that just led to PB Henry getting completely loose there, and now the whole middle field has to reset.
It's like I said this was going to happen to you before the race. I said that's exact moves. This is how it's this type of racing. If you're going to make the pass, Brian just got in there a little too hot, right? There's different braking markers for different folks. Some people are being really extremely aggressive on the brakes. Some people are being extremely light. We could go right on board and see Becerra's driving into the corner. He's probably sending it 2 car lengths deeper than Maverick, and then you go to Adam, and he's lifting probably 100 feet after the flag stand, right? See here, great runoff. He's gonna get the full power down and brake here. Yeah, he's sending it extremely deep, right? He believes he has the brakes for it. Get the drive off he needs. Same with here. You're normally lifting right about here. He's lifting there. About 100 feet difference.
Yeah. Letting it run down on the inside.
But as you see what's happening here, with Becerra doing that, he's getting tight off the corner already. He's washing up a lane, which is allowing Brandon to kind of get there. Lewis can't really wrap the bottom. He has to lift earlier to get the bottom lane wrapped, and he's kind of trying to do a cut down line here. As you see, he's going to hit the bump. He's going to get loose.
Oh, yeah.
That's where you have to be careful.
Well, here comes a good push high on the outside. He rides the wall for a little bit. Is that going to give him a push down to the inside here? No, it doesn't. It does not add up to enough speed, unfortunately. Davis is going to maintain that lead there. But Becerra is definitely someone to be watching right now. He has got I'm going to agree. He's got the aggression, as you've said. He's got the push, the drive. But right now what he needs is the opportunity to make his way up to Maverick Davis.
Well, he's got to change his driving style because Evans reeling him in now. Conti's reeling these cars in now. He's being just really aggressive on corner entry, and it's allowing his car to start to get tight. So he's going to start losing rotation as this run goes on.
And North Wilkesboro is the spot right now as the sun sets here. It's a gorgeous golden night here. Lap 75 coming up out of 260 here on Grid Vision tonight, folks.
Yeah, and it's hot up here today. I live a couple hours from this place, and they had some cars tour practice going on, and I could tell you it was hot.
Yeah, the track here is 96. The air temp is an 82 with the humidity of 43. Only about a mile-an-hour wind out of the north-northeast there, but yeah, it's a little hot down there on the track, and that is going to contribute to the situation.
Well, and we talk about humidity all the time, right? We talk about it at plate tracks. We talk about it at different tracks. Well, humidity affects brakes as well. It affects cutting through the clean air. This still is a short track, but you're still cutting through the clean air. That 15 is cutting the air for all these cars behind him. And he's kind of managing his stuff. He's running the bottom. He's kind of moving lanes to figure out where he needs to be.
Yeah, he's using all of the track that's available to him. You can see here Davis all the way down to the inside, and then he'll be back up to the outside wall.
He kind of
And
likes that
then,
middle line, which is the
yeah.
bottom, but it works for him, right? As Becerra's kind of getting a run on him, but his 3 and 4 is just it's not as strong as Evans. Evans getting there on exit now, kind of being patient with the one. He is faster. He's kind of just trying to set this up as Evan kind of does that cut down line.
Hmm.
And oh yeah, Brandon's playing the long game. Brandon's letting cars go. He's like, nope, you can have it, take it.
Go ahead and have that spot here. I'm watching Davis here in 1 and 2. He does not. He barely gets down below the dotted line. Barely gets down to the inside on 1 and 2. But then on 3 and 4, he hugs the line. Here he crosses it. Almost bottoms out the car there for a second, but he's just got such a different approach between the 2 turns. He's sticking with it, and that approach is paying off here. Now he plays a little bit of a late move for him there, as once again Becerra is testing the waters, but Davis has just got the line, and that line is something that Becerra has yet to decode in terms of how to get past.
Well, yeah, like Mav saw the one start to get speed and he moved up. If you move up, that means you have to make the pass on the bottom. He knows the one's tight. So he knows that if he goes to the bottom, that one's gonna get tight trying to make that move on the bottom. So he's playing protect the best right now, and to him, that's the top line.
Yeah, that's very true. Ooh, a little bit of arrow play there, I think, from some of our lead cars. Davis, just I think there's a little more fight that Davis has to put into the car right now. We're seeing what used to be kind of an easier line for him now is he's putting a little more wheel input in. He's putting in a little bit more attention to maintaining that line, and I think that could that be tires? He didn't do like a PB Henry and like avoid tires, did he?
No, he took tires, right? I think he's just kind of managing his
he
stuff.
Was on past PB Henry. Yeah, that's fair.
I think he's kind of managing his stuff. I mean, looking at times, he's running 19.1s. Everyone else around Conti's running 19.1s. Everyone else is running 19.2s around him. He's kind of just managing.
Yeah. Looking good here too.
Yeah, he's got to be careful. Like you're saying that 3 and 4, he's touched the apron a few times in the corner, and that could create a bounce on the car. And if that bounce is wrong, it's gonna go around.
Yeah. I mean, seeing it bounce so much, it really is terrifying. Just thinking, man, one wrong bounce, you cross that line, and you are done. And you're coming back up across the track like getting ready to get T-boned.
Yep, and here's a new issue. We're coming up on lap traffic, which is extremely common here, but it's how you navigate through it. Because some of these guys have ill-handling cars, and they're running a line that their car could run. If you put them in a line that their car can't run, then that might create a wreck.
That's right. There he is, Jose Medina right now. He'll be first up on the chopping block once we get to the lap car situation here.
Mav got a little loose on exit there.
Yeah, I just saw that. A little wiggle from Davis across the line. Not pretty.
We have one car down pit road.
Yeah, down to the inside.
He was about to get lapped, so he decided to come down pit road. That'll put him probably about 2 laps down, to be my guess, 2 or 3.
And pretty soon we are going to see. Let's go back and put eyes on Medina. Yep, now he's about 2 car lengths, maybe 3 car lengths away from our current race leader. The race leader is going to stay high on the outside as usual. He's going to play his slightly higher line through 1 and 2 versus Medina. Let's see how this is going to line up against the lap traffic here. Medina's down to the inside, but he's getting off of the bottom a lot sooner. So there's some opportunity there. And then down to the inside he goes. He tries to wrap the inside of 1 and just I think part of the problem here we can see now is that he's fighting the car to stay down below the line on the exit of 1 and 2. And I think that's what's costing him a little bit of speed here. Now let's watch the leader make his pass.
Oh!
Ooh, leader's into the back of Medina.
That's what I was talking about. Lap traffic is so hard to navigate through here. As Becerra gets a great run, Maverick's going to kind of cut down. That's really dangerous to do in front of that one car. Kind of misses the bottom, but he's fine. He rolls up. He's going to have the speed, still has it. But that's the thing, right? Jose didn't know if he was going top or bottom. He had no idea. So he kind of stayed middle, and he just broke a lot earlier than the rest of these cars.
Wowee. Wow, that's insane.
Go watch the replay here, right? Maverick doesn't shoot to the bottom. He tries to stay up top, right? I would have kind of shot middle there if I saw that 24 car not move. That car didn't look like it was going to go to the bottom. It looked like it was going to try to stay on top.
That is wild. You know what? And kudos to Maverick Davis there for really playing it very assertively. Like, as soon as he made that hit and he got out of the way, he stayed on the top and on the inside of Becerra and made sure he didn't lose that spot. That could have been, he could have easily lost that spot just on the speed that he lost alone, but he managed to get that speed back very quickly. And it's pretty impressive how fast he got the speed back underneath that 15.
Yeah, there's a pass for third being set up right now. Conti's just a little bit better than Evan. Kind of just trying to set it up. That corner speed he's got is really good. Evan gets a little free on exit. Kind of sets up Michael to go to the bottom here.
Here we go. Speaking of going to the bottom as well, Becerra makes his way to the inside. He's going to try to get past on Davis. They're side by side going into 3 and 4. Davis is making his way down, gives him the squeeze, but Becerra tries. Contact is made, but nothing is changed. They're side by side at the line. That would have been a photo finish right there. Becerra stays on the inside. He's going to wash up a little bit, though. Davis isn't changing his line. Let's see what happens here. Becerra, can he maintain the speed down there on the inside as Davis gives him the squeeze once more into 3 and 4?
Well, the issue is, right, is Becerra can't wrap the bottom as good as Mav. So Mav had to be prepared to kind of go up a little bit higher than he wanted to there as the one's not done fighting. He's going to get right back to his outside.
Ooh, now it's Davis's turn to try to have to stay on the inside as Becerra gives him the pinch but can't maintain the side-by-side so Davis can come back comfortably up to where he's used to running. But no, Becerra says, I'm going to get that quarter panel again. You're not going to be able to get up there. Oh, man, he doesn't want to spin a second car, though. You can tell that Becerra does not want to spin a second car.
He doesn't want to, but this battle for first and second is really interesting. Conti's a little bit better than Evan, but Evan's showing that he's not giving up that speed. Conti made contact with Evan in the corner, and it was a battle off of there. Both these CFM cars are showing strength, and they're not giving up their spots.
Strength indeed. And right now, the CFM performance cars are really just the ones that are headline making during a lot of this race here. These two battles we have, one right after the other. It's keeping a lot of the eyes up here at the front of the race. Plenty to see as Becerra gets really close to the bumper of Davis now. Almost gives him the shunt that we've been seeing him give a few other drivers here during the course of the race, but instead he just stays tucked in. Can he do it? Can he get up on the quarter panel? Not quite.
No, I feel like we're going to see maybe a push in the corner. He's going to try to push to set up that move.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to try to get as close as he can like last time and just kind of push. Right? But he's got to set it up. It's Conti kind of struggled off the corner there in fourth, trying to pass Evan, trying to figure out how to do it and do it cleanly.
Yeah, I've been kind of watching that race too. It just seems like Conti was right there. Like he had the brass ring. He was ready to grab it, but then something just didn't line up, unfortunately, and he ended up getting held back. Now he's on the inside, and again I don't think he's going to make the pass. So there's something that's just not quite adding up as he tries to make the pass here on Evan Say. He's got the help behind him.
Try to get him hit. Yep. He's going to give him a little bit of a push here. That's short track racing, right? That's a bump. That happens. Evans in the wall.
Oh, here we go.
Conti's not going to clear. Oh, Lewis got loose.
Ooh, that's going to cost him. Side by side right now, though, Conti and Say.
Conti makes the pass, but that sets up Adam now. Adam's going to do the same thing.
Is it time for him to make the pass? I guess it is.
I'll tell you right now, Adam's going to be try to make this pass a lot faster than Conti, because Adam saw how long it took, and Adam did that very quickly, very cleanly.
Yeah, he did. It's a very good point there as we go back to, as we reestablish a few things here. It looks like the Team Conti cars, 2 in a row now, Conti and Benefield behind Becerra and Davis. Evan Say falls back to 5th. Where we also see Brendan Pasalacqua coming, trying to put Say out of the top 5.
Yeah, and Brandon let Evan go, so this is going to be interesting. Does Evan give it back? Or does Brandon have to play it hard to get past him here? He rolls that outside, diamonds it, gets the run off the corner. As Conti lets Adam by. Conti used up his stuff a little bit to get past C. So his tires are a little bit warm, so he knows this. So now he's going to kind of just ride, cool off his stuff, and let Adam kind of work his way through the pack here to see what he can do.
Not a bad plan, especially when you've got a teammate ahead of you now. It gives you a good position to be in.
I just feel bad for Adam, because unless he has a drink cap, he's not drinking any beer this race. You're working. you're working so hard at this track. There's not a moment that you're not working.
Yeah, you're not locked in. You can't really coast your way through this one.
It's mentally taxing. It's physically taxing. It's just, especially when you're trying to pass lap cars, right? As PB Henry is about to be passed by Maverick Davis.
And PB Henry was a name that was up at the front of this race earlier, and now he's all the way at the back, unfortunately. It looks like he's going to be our next lap car down.
And he still hasn't pit. Now he's going to pit. Smart move.
There we go. Yeah, get her done. As the lights are on now here at North Wilkesboro, the sun has set beyond the trees, and it still has that golden glow in the air.
Golden glow, and track temp's up 2 degrees, right? Just because it's nighttime doesn't mean the track temp's going to go any lower as of yet, right? Which means as the night goes on, this track cools, more grip's going to come to see, and you're going to see these guys try different lines, different grooves that they're already doing. You see these rubber patches already building in, as I was saying, as this run goes on. You're going to see these black lines start to form. 3 and 4 is really dark, and then 1 and 2 you can see 2 distinct lines. There's some people running all the way on the bottom, so the rubber's not as built up, but that high line and that middle line, you just see the black starting to grow.
That's right. And Maverick taking advantage of that part of the track, especially during his 1 and 2. Right now, he's about to cross the line, still being dogged here by Becerra, who bounces off the wall real hard behind him.
Yeah, that was a cool shot with the lights turning on and the night coming. You can see these brake rotors are just glowing through the corner.
Yeah. These little rings of red there, they are on fire. A lot of braking being done here, potentially some trail braking just to maintain some of that momentum. This momentum is king. You just need to have the speed that your machine builds up, the weight of the machine that it has is there for you to use, and trying to maintain that speed, trying to maintain that through these corners is the name of the game. Becerra with a big launch down to the inside, tries to make the pass here on Davis, comes up, Davis maintains the spot, little twitch from Davis just saying I'm here, I'm not going anywhere, as Becerra stays down there on the inside on the quarter panel.
Becerra washes though, he's gonna make contact, no he lifts.
Oh,
good job there. He washed off the exit, he knew he was gonna be there.
Yeah, wow. Yeah, doesn't want to repeat for sure. Very, very good awareness from Luis Becerra there. Fantastic awareness there as Maverick Davis. You know what? And the timing of this couldn't be better. I think that maybe if I'm Becerra at this point, I'm going to wait for Davis to get hung up a little bit trying to make some of these passes, and that's when I'm going to use the momentum that he loses against him. as we see here, he makes a snap move down to the inside to make the pass on the 25.
Yeah, Greg tells him go low here, right? Which allows Mav to get a little bit of room. What this is allowing to do, it's allowing Adam to get up here. Adam probably has the best tires out of these three.
That's a good point. Knowing how he usually drives the car and how he would tackle this kind of situation, he does. Ooh, Davis with a little bit of a wiggle there as he crosses the line, and Becerra tries to shoot for the inside. He's making the pass now. The 23 machine of John Binder there, high on the outside. He's also going to try to avoid getting caught up as Becerra crosses the line, goes very low there.
Yeah, Mav decided to run the bottom there. Bottom, like true bottom, and he made the power down, right? But Becerra ran the top and got to his outside and then tried to do a cut down, and Maverick just had to push it into the corner a little bit deeper to try to beat him to it.
Man, if I'm Maverick Davis right now, I'm sweating bullets.
Well, you've already seen how aggressive this one car is, so you know it's going to happen. He's going to get a little bit of tap in the corner, which is it's done right. It's as clean as possible, right? Right there, kind of just a little bit of a tap, and it's just going to upset the car and move you up. It's not going to wreck you, but you have to know where to do it. If you do it too late on exit, it's going to throw the car, and that's going to wreck the car. You have to do it in the entry or center to get the car to budge up.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And Becerra might be the guy to do it here. He's got the pace for those kind of taps. We've seen him make contact before with a few other cars, and we've seen that unfortunate flip there that happened to Paul Hill. But in this case, another pass being made. I think that's PB Henry there on the outside.
No, that's
that was Chris Hudson.
Chris Hudson's in front. The 29 machine is right behind him with Mark Sanchez. Yeah. Oh,
super loose from Maverick Davis. Oh, if I'm Becerra right now, I'm thinking, how do I take advantage of this? Can I take advantage of this?
Gator's down pit road. Strategy starting to come into play. We're halfway through. Gator knows he can make it.
Oh, here's the tap.
That was more than a tap. That was more than a tap. That was
okay. All right. Yeah, that's more than a tap. It's more like a left hook or a jab. Stronger
jab.
hit.
Yeah. So Maverick's gonna run him tight here. Yep. That's exactly what I would have done. That was a little bit of aggressive, right? You could push him through the corner, but that was a nasty hit.
That's true. It was a hit enough to really upset Maverick Davis, who manages to recover there and keeps things rolling.
And speeds up and boom. Yeah, he knew he was beating the corner, so we sped up, and it just...
Right now, the lead pack is making the pass on the outside of my favorite paint scheme on the track, Chris Hudson.
Yeah, if I'm any of these guys, I want to pit here soon, right? Gitter kind of had the right call. Gitter's splitting it in half. Yeah. So Gitter thinks he can make it all the way on tires if he's really nice about it. And hoping for no yellow. That's the thing, right? Because you go laps down if the caution comes out.
Yeah, absolutely. Davis, bouncing off of Paul Hill there. Davis trying to make the pass here on Hill. Becerra hits Hill again. What has he got against Paul Hill?
If I'm Paul Hill, I'm sending Becerra through the corner here. Yep, here we go.
There it is. There it is. Paul Hill.
Oh, shades of Logano and Kenseth.
That was insane beef. Oh my. That is gonna be that's gonna be a race suspension probably for Paul Hill.
Paul left.
That was insane beef that just played out there before our eyes. See, is that you? Have you finally come home? Amazing. And we saw it here live on Grid Vision.
Listen, that I knew that was coming immediately.
Yeah.
And that, you know what, that reminded me of? That was shades of Matt Kenseth and Joey Logano at Martinsville. Watch this right here. Exactly. Oh, right front must have went down. Oh, yeah, it looks like right front went down. Yeah, just...
Oh, whoops.
Yeah,
Yeah.
big implications for the points. Listen, I get the frustrations. I get it, right? He got drove through not once, but twice.
Twice he got driven through. He's in the lead points-wise. He's already down 60 points plus for this race. Now he's going to be potentially out for another race. We'll see what the officials say here. I don't want to speculate on that, obviously, too much, but yeah, that was
Can we go back and see the move that caused this though? Yeah. Because I mean, I don't think Paul did. Paul went high. They're coming out of the corner. Paul's high. Yeah,
boom.
Paul did nothing wrong there.
No, nothing at all. If anything, if I was Vizera, I was just watching Davis too much, and I didn't pay attention to my front right. But he just hits him. It's hard to say anything other than he just hits him.
He hits him, and if there's one person I want to talk to right now, it's Adam. Adam had a front row seat at that. God.
Yeah, wow, he really did. Wow.
That's insane.
Ooh.
We don't condone intent wrecking people, folks. We don't, right?
No, we don't. No, we don't. You know, take it out in expert racing.
But I believe, my personal opinion, if payback's warranted, payback's warranted. And Paul felt like he got done dirty twice. Right?
Yeah.
Now there's ways to go about it.
And we're back green here. But yeah, you're right. There are ways to go about it as we go back green here at North Wilkesboro. Here, that snuck up on us pretty fast.
I didn't get a call or nothing, so my bad, folks.
It's all good. It's all good here. Maverick Davis out in the front. Adam Benefield sitting in second right now. Michael Conti in third. The two teammates looking pretty good back there, but there's a lot of activity behind them.
Conti's
look at that,
loose.
Evans Say. Ooh, Conti is loose. He's going to fall back behind Say now.
Conti got loose. Well, here's the thing. New tires, new game, right? These guys made adjustments. They didn't have to do full fuel. It's close to full fuel, but you can still wrench on it a little bit to make your car a little bit better if you started feeling tight. Under 60 points to the lead now. And I listen, I hate it for Paul Hill. It's probably going to go more than that because he might not be back for next week. So that's interesting. I have one person I kind of want to highlight right now, not because of where he's at. The line he's running, Keegan Sabilo is running all the way on the bottom. Like, true bottom, which is absolutely insane to me at this place. As I say that, he's going to run the top now. But
right there we go.
The lap before, he entered on the pit road, pretty much.
Interesting. Okay.
Like, his left front was on the pit road line. Here we go again. Here we go.
There it is, yeah.
And he's washing up middle, and he's cut. That's insane.
Keegan, what? Is this just pure geometry here? Like, is he just trying to use the inside of the track no matter what?
He's a short track guy, right? But, I mean, I put myself pretty good short track guy in iRacing, right? And I'll tell you what, you see that bump is throwing his car. I'm not doing that. Oh, absolutely not.
No, you're right.
Now, if you have space between cars by a second and some change, then absolutely I'm doing that. Because he's not really using up tire. He's letting the car slide up on its own naturally.
Yeah,
it's washing up a lane, and he's not. Yeah, he's probably doesn't have that much wheel into it.
Oh, you know where that's gotten him? It's gotten him comfortably into 8th position right now. Behind him, Brian Johnson's going to sneak his way up a little bit further here in the Chevy. See what he can do. Johnson was involved in a bump and run earlier in the race. One that had almost had massive implications there. There was a big save, but now Johnson's going to stay a little ways back here from Keegan Sabilo. Sabilo's making the pass here, and up in the lead, Evan Say makes the pass on Maverick Davis, and we have a new race leader.
Yeah, those CFM cars are strong, right? Like, that's I'm not surprised by that.
That's fantastic. I'm a little surprised only because we've seen Maverick Davis has had such a great line, and I'm wondering exactly what Say is doing to defeat that line right now. Like, or how do you know? How obviously now he's in a position where he can kind of do what he wants, but defeating that line that Maverick Davis had set up, Becerra tried his absolute hardest to, and was unable to for as much as he did. And here comes Say, and he's able to get past in a couple of laps. So once he gets close enough to start throwing stones.
Yeah, and Lucy Becerra out of the race. Paul Hill out of the race. Both of those guys involved are decided to pack it up for the night. Two strong cars out of it. Now it opens up the door for anybody's top five. As Chris Hudson is going to get passed here by Adam Benefield. Kind of just struggling here, running the top side, just kind of making it through.
Chris Hudson technically in 6th place here. Is he? Wow, okay. He's technically 6th place here overall. Falling back way a little ways there.
Oh, he didn't take tires.
That would explain it.
Yeah, he last pit on lap 48.
Okay, and there goes Keegan down to the inside again with his extreme line.
I don't know what. Listen, there's a bump down there. Props to him for trying it, because one wrong throttle placement and that car's going around.
Yeah, I'm just kind of waiting for it to happen. I don't want it to happen. I really don't. But it's one of those things that I'm just kind of waiting for it to happen. Ooh, very, very close there. Maverick Davis makes his way around the lap car. The number, who is that? The 7?
Kenny Powell.
The 7? Yeah, there we go.
The eights of Kenny Powell.
Kenny Powell, all right.
Yeah, and this is different, right? We have a new leader. Let's see how Evan navigates traffic, because lap cars all the way up to 6th place is 1 lap down.
That's right, man. We've only got a few cars in the lead lap here. It's been a tough one here, as Powell now holding up Levine just for a little bit. Levine's down to the inside. They're side by side. Powell's almost up into the wall. Here comes Keegan. Big run down to the inside, as we expected there from Sabilo. Sabilo makes that pass on Powell as well, as he just tries to hold on to the outside and make his way through the field so that the lead pack can keep on racing.
Yeah, and these two cars I'm watching right now are Adam and Conti. They're kind of just saving their stuff. Evan and Maverick are running the absolute wheels off each other. Evan just ran an 18.9, which might be the fastest lap of the race so far. Yeah, what 18.9 is moving in race trim. And Adam and Conti are running 19.2s. They're saving their stuff. They know if this goes long, they're going to have a chance. Adam's so good and calculated when it comes to this stuff. He was there before the caution came out, right where the leaders were, letting the leaders battle it out while he was still saving his stuff. And Conti looks like he's kind of fighting the car. He might have thrown some adjustments in there.
Yeah, not a great start for Conti either. A little bit of looseness there early on. But I think you're absolutely spot on about Benefield. He's just a strategist. And having him in that spot, in that 3rd place spot, as we're now at lap 165, there's less than 100 laps to go here at a track like this. That's going to go by in the blink of an eye, folks. So please stay tuned. I hope you've been enjoying it so far. Be sure to smash that like and subscribe button so that you can follow along with all of Grid Vision's escapades and all that we've got coming your way. We have a couple shows a week. Great iRacing action every time.
Yeah, I'm excited to go back and start broadcasting that Tuesday night Xfinity League or O'Reilly League. My apologies for when we don't have Coke on Tuesday, because that's a cool series to watch, cool series to see run, and it's a lot of hot tracks and not really a lot of big tempers from what I saw. So it's just clean racing.
Good, good, good. That's what we'd like to see. And speaking of big tempers, folks, if you just tuned in, you missed some great on-track drama here earlier. We had a battle, a back and forth between Paul Hill and Luis Becerra that culminated in a clash. Paul Hill taking out Becerra, both of them now out of the race. So Paul Hill, our league leader in points, now with a setback that may end up costing him his lead in the end. We'll have to see how things go once points start stacking up after the next race here. So something important to keep in mind here. Let's have eyes on, looks like we're looking at Kenny Powell. He's got a 56-point lead over Brandon Pasalakwa right now, so still doable, but we'll see. Things might play out a little bit differently after the officials are done reviewing this race. Tensions were definitely high as Becerra was displaying a lot of solid but very aggressive driving as he was going around, and well, that's it definitely culminated in probably one of the highlights of the race so far. That moment there, as now we have everybody with cooler minds prevailing, it seems like. Evan Say leading things here with Maverick Davis in second, Adam Benefiel in third, with Michael Conti, also of Team Conti's sim performance, obviously, in fourth. Brandon Pasalakwa in fifth.
I don't really know if I would say cooler heads right now, right? Because we obviously can't see everything. We're trying to, but there's moves being made, there's blocks being made, and it's short track racing, and views are happening. And
that's true.
I'll tell you what, that 77 machine passed Justin, and he's one lap down, right? So he's got to pass the leader for his lap back. But right now he's lucky dog spot. So if caution comes out, he's guaranteed a lap back. So he's not out of it.
No, yeah, he's really not. It's been a good drive here in the second half of the race for Keegan Sabilo. He's put on, I love being able to see clearly, just at a glance, when someone is trying something that's really, really different than a lot of the other drivers. And we can see here, once again, highlighting Keegan's drive. He's going down very close to the white line on both sets of turns in most cases here. Sometimes we see him right at the outside, but he gets down, and like we said, he clips pit road. Every time he comes through the 1 and 2 to go into 1 and 2, he's clipping pit road. Now he's hitting the outside wall right as I say that. But then he comes back down to the inside line here on 3 and 4, and it's just been a fun thing to watch as he uses that line and makes it work for him as he's now firmly in the top 10, 6th place, looking for 5th.
Oh, and Evan just got kind of caught by Kenny Powell again. He just passed him and allowed Maverick to kind of close that gap up. Evan got a really good drive off the corner, though, and broke that spacing back, but this battle's about to heat up here in a few laps.
Yeah. You are absolutely right, sir. Oh, what a snap out of Say. I don't know where that came from. That looked terrible. Say with a really bad snap, the back of the car just got out of control for about a split second. Got to have spooked him a little bit. Maverick Davis giving him a little bit of distance, maybe trying to figure out where that happened, what happened as well. But Davis has got a chance here to get underneath Say's skin.
He is absolutely sending it into the corner.
You're talking about Brian Johnson there?
No, Maverick Davis in 3 and 4 is just sending it 3-4 car lengths deeper than Evan.
I do think that battle there is going to play out still at some point here in the near future. Say had that unfortunate loss of traction that didn't really cost him too much in the end. There still is a couple of car lengths difference between him and the impressive driving of Maverick Davis so far behind him. Davis has come out ahead in some tough situations. He had a situation where he bumped into lap traffic with Jose Medina. He's been able to dodge wrecks at the front and still make his way through this race, at least in second place now. He was in first place for most of the first half of the race now. Evan Say, though, able to hold off Maverick Davis here, about 2-3 car lengths between the two, as we are now on lap 184 going into 185.
Brian Johnson passed Levine for 7th, and a little bit more to keep on. You're seeing a lot less cars on the track. There's a lot of people who are multiple laps down and decided to hang it up for the night to kind of let these guys have clean track and go at it.
Yeah, I see that here. Mark Sanchez, Tim Wortman Jr., Kenny Powell, all having left the race while we're under green here. 18th looks like the last car on the track now. We've lost almost I think it's about 8 cars.
Yeah, I mean, we go to Indy next week, and I can tell you after the Coke race on Tuesday, good luck passing, right? And so, but it's a lot harder to lap people too at that track because it's so big. So I believe you'll see the car count back up as PB Henry got really free coming out of the corner, and that's going to allow Evan to just be right there, lap traffic. PB's going to stay low, allow Evan to get past.
Yeah. Probably the spot to be right now. And behind him, Davis is going to also want to make a pass here. So Henry's got to make a decision. What line is he going to stick with? And I think he's going to stick with, this time he's going to let the inside go as Maverick Davis makes that pass down on the inside.
Yeah, he's not going to battle him too hard here, even though it's a team car, right? He knows that I can't be playing that game.
Yeah, don't play that game. That's an excellent way to put it.
My biggest concern here right now is these guys are pushing really, really hard still, and did they use up their tires? We still have 70 laps to go in this race.
Yeah, people are going to be slipping and sliding on some buttery biscuits unless there's a yellow that comes out and really saves. A yellow would, I think 50% of the field would love it. For the other 50% would just hate it.
Maybe.
Where's the ratio at? Where's the better ratio?
Well, there's all the way. So 6th to 13th is 1 lap down. So if everybody in the lead pits, 13 cars will be back on the lead lap. Now for a while, because they're gonna have to stay out the entire time as the pace car. As a 10 hits the wall hard. As the pace, they're gonna stay out with the pace car, and they're gonna be on old tires, right? So they're gonna get lapped again in a short amount of time. Evan's just kind of setting sail right now. He's getting his comfortable pace, being fine. Maverick has really fallen off a cliff with times, and it might be traffic, right? We'll see here. This next lap should tell the whole story. Look, he's got rotation.
Looks like it's a little bit loose, yeah.
Evan ran a 19.4. Mav ran a 19.4. Yeah, so traffic is kind of impeding some of these guys. It allowed Evan to get a 1.3 second lead. Maverick was there 5/10 wide a few laps ago, so it's going to be really hard to close that gap up. Evan's going to have to make a really big mistake, or Mav's going to have to put in a lot of work to make up that time.
Yeah, and he doesn't have a lot of time to do it. Time is marching on and counting down. We're at lap 197 out of 260.
Battle for Lucky Dog? It is battle for Lucky Dog. Keegan Sabilo and Brian Johnson going at it here. Keegan's going to run high. He's protecting. That's the
He
line
wants
you have
that
to run.
spot.
You have to run the top. It's the momentum line. Keegan's not gonna be able to run his bottom line here to kind of get it going.
No, not at all. It's got to keep that gas in that Toyota. Brian Johnson very, very close behind. Not quite making contact there, but he almost did. Sabilo trying to use the inside again. That's where he's been comfortable, but he's not going to go all the way down. Oh, snaps hard. Loses the speed. Now Johnson's on the inside. Sabilo can't go down as low as he wants to, but Johnson is going to go ahead and lift just a little bit. He's going to lift a little bit and get out from behind Sabilo.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That bottom car right there, you can get tight out of nowhere. So if that car above you just kind of comes down a little bit, it creates that area of, okay, if I move up anymore, I'm going to make contact, right? And Brian's also doing a really good job running the second lane, which is allowing him to create a run out of the corner and kind of close up to Keegan going into the corner.
Here comes Brian Johnson. Ooh, very close here. He is just staying in the mirror of Sabilo, staying in his head and saying, hey, man, I'm here and I am going to pass you. There is pretty much nothing you can do about it. The question is, which side are you going to give me?
Well, now we got lap cars, too, coming into play here.
This might work out more for Keegan than it does for Brian Johnson. Let's see.
25's doing really good job of staying high. Yeah, it's going to allow some spacing, but Brian does a really good job of keeping the speed, even with the lap car.
Yeah, it just passes in like it's nobody's business.
And I wonder when it's go time, right? Because Conti and Adam are the only two running as close as they're running, not passing each other, kind of just counting down the laps.
That's a good question. When is it go time for that team?
I wonder if it's when they catch Mav.
That could be it, my man. That could be it. And they are only about a second, maybe 2 seconds away from doing so. I can't take my eyes off the Sabilo and Johnson battle, though. That still is going on. Sabilo is just inches away from disaster, it feels like, with Brian Johnson sticking so close to that fender and just trying to use either side that's available.
Oh, he's going to push him into the corner.
That's happened like 2 or 3 times so far, and I'm just waiting for it to finally, boil over like an unwatched pot.
Yeah, Keegan's got the bottom now. Brian's got the top lane.
Ooh. That could have been net code, but it looked like a little contact there between Sabilo and Johnson.
Keegan's kind of struggling on the bottom, but Brian's struggling there on exit. Brian is sending it super deep in the corner. You got to be careful doing that. You can see like the way the car jumps. And now if the flag comes out, Brian Johnson's got the lucky dog spot.
That's right. With 50 laps left in tonight's race. Like I said, it's going to go by in the blink of an eye.
Oh! Big shot. PB Henry just hit Brian Johnson. I wonder if Brian got a little bit free and just couldn't get the power down. What causes that, though, is what I was saying when we were watching Brian try to pass Keegan. Brian was sending it so much deeper in the corner. He was on the brakes, and you saw him let off the brake and hit the gas. And you saw the car jerk, and it's just creating heat in the tires. So you're just making yourself set up on exit later. You're going to be looser. And he looks a little bit tight in 3 and 4. I don't think this battle for Lucky Dog is over. I say that though, and Michael Conti got past Adam, and he is catching Maverick Davis.
It's an intense battle, and it's really, again, only the top 5 racers right now on the lead lap. It's Brian Johnson and Keegan Sabilo battling it out for the Lucky Dog spot.
Oh, what a move. Underneath. Makes the pass. Now, can he track down Evan? Does he have the tire to do it? Seconds is a long time.
Down, down, down to the inside. And say holding his own.
It'll be close. I mean, he ran faster than him last lap. Evan's dealing with traffic though too, but so is Conti. Conti's catching cars as well.
Just gotta keep on rolling. Keep on rolling, 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 rolling. And, well, speaking of which, out in front, Evan Say trying to work through some of these cars here. Here's Filguera, high on the outside. He's trying to roll past that right now.
Wall ride a little bit, lifted, yeah. Yep, that's the best way to do it, right? He's also just trying to make sure he finishes the race. Points, all the points matter to these guys.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that left that are decent spot in points, and so these guys all on track are like, I can make up a lot of spots here, even if I'm laps down and finishing spot, I could try to make up some points.
It's all true. Yeah, a lot of the guys who were in great spots, some of them at least, are not racing anymore.
Yeah, he is. Justin's down 2 positions with Evan leading. If Evan wins this, Justin loses third. No, he loses second. Yeah, no, that's right. He was in second place. Yeah, that's just close. Second, third, fourth, third, and second were all really close in points. So, but Levine's good at Indy, so he could take this 8th place finish is where he's at right now, right? And go into Indy and try to win that one. I mean, well, Joe, what do you think of North Wilkesboro?
I think that I really like asymmetrical tracks, and I like short track racing. I'm one of those guys who just kind of likes it all when it comes to racing cars, man. So I often could be quoted as like a guy who's really into like a drafting race, like a big super speedway. But this has been such a fun little experiment in watching these guys figure out how to work a track that is so distinct in 2 separate turns, and how to work out their frustrations with each other. I gotta say, I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it here. It's one quickly becoming a shorter track that I'm going to remember and be like, we're doing North Wilkesboro? Fantastic.
And then, like, a lot of these times we go to places like this, you try to compare certain corners to other tracks, right? So, like, 1 and 2, almost like a New Hampshire, kind of, but banked. Because when we go to New Hampshire, you're going to see them wash up the line and cut down. Same thing kind of does Phoenix as well, but Phoenix isn't banked. This place is banked, so it's got a different likeness to it.
Yeah.
When we go to Richmond, you're going to see even higher banks and even more crazy moves.
I like higher banks. I really like high bank racing, and I like crazy moves. So give me all of that, please. And our producer hates Richmond.
I love Richmond. I actually went back and watched. I go back and watch old races all the time to see how bad I was, right? And I went back and watched a race from 2 years ago, Friday night NIS at Richmond, and I ended up winning that race because my teammate at the time, Roman, decided that he was going to pit for tires every time a caution came out and challenged me. So that's a fun place for me. I really like it. Hopefully I'm back on the sim in time for it. I actually think I might be on vacation during that week, so.
Well, that might be tough to play on the sim then.
I'm bringing my computer on vacation because I got to spot Daytona for the Coke Series. I'm not putting a new spotter with my guy for Daytona. That's just asking for bad things to happen.
For a split second, I thought you were confessing to all of us you were about to race with an Xbox controller for a couple of days.
No, I don't do that. No.
Totally fair, totally fair.
Oh, Auto Club. I forgot about Auto Club. Auto Club is coming up. That's such a fun track, too. I believe so. On the iRacing schedule for A Open. I don't know if this league's going to go to it or not, but I'm pretty sure it's on the schedule. I think it is. I could be wrong. Yeah, and I love Indy, right? And hopefully I get everything set up and my internet fixed so I can run a Brickyard, because I like to defend my title, but I don't even know if that's going to be possible. Spectrum takes forever to get all figured out, set up, so.
Well, fingers crossed it's not too much of a pain in the butt.
Oh, it will be. It will be. I gotta lug this rig. I gotta put this rig in a moving truck. I'm not ready for that. This thing's heavy. And Evan say, I mean, let's get back to some racing here. Evan just took sail, took off. Yeah. Gain time, just kind of driving away in a
Very
rhythm.
impressive.
This is the rhythm track, right? Once you find that rhythm, you're not really battling anybody. It's super easy to just log off laps. Nice and smooth here. Great exit. Car just looks extremely stable. Whatever adjustments he did were the right ones.
And we can watch right here, Evan say, our race leader is now within range of yet another set of lapped cars.
Yeah, and I mean, this extremely possible that Evan's going to lap 5th. They're on the same straightaway as each other. Oh, he's got 20 laps to do it. It's possible. Yeah. I can see it happening.
20 laps doesn't seem like a lot, but it can be. Weirder stuff has happened.
That car just looks gripped up right now. He's running the same line in 1 and 2. Really smooth.
Here we go. Here we go.
Getting
down
to
to the wire. Yep, 15 to go. As we get down to the wire here in the Oldie Billies Cup Series, folks. I want to thank you again for watching and tuning in, sticking with us throughout this race here, as we've had some ups and some downs and some crazy sideways action as well.
And here we go. Evan sees the 6 car. What a performance. What a night for CFM. They showed speed early. PB Henry just tried a different strategy and it didn't work out. Hate to see that for him. He had speed early. Evan, I mean, almost wrecked it on the front stretch early in the race and now leading. I mean, anything can happen at this track.
Anything can happen indeed. It can take a lot of different shapes and then take your best intentions and kind of shape them around a completely different set of circumstances, as you just mentioned.
Yeah, I mean, he's there. It's just how easy is this pass going to get done. I mean, Brandon, I'm going to be completely honest with you. Brandon really has nothing to lose letting him by. He's got so much spacing in between. I don't see him battling too hard as there's a gaggle of cars up front. Oh, my.
Yes, sir. Oh, my goodness. Good luck trying to get through that, buddy.
Yep, lets it go. Lets him go. That 23 lifted just a little too early. Whatever got on his bumper. That was almost bad. This Justin is trying to pass Keegan. He's not trying to go another lap down.
Doing what he can. Doing what he can. Can he do it, though? It's 7 to go.
Justin got loose. Had Chris Hudson right on this back bumper. Christian on the outside. Lou is 2 laps down. This is the battle for position still. Justin's just loose. Can't get the power down off the corner. Stays high. Gives Evan the bottom.
Yep. And there he goes. Nice and clean for him.
Four laps to go. What a race. Oh, another battle for a spot. Keegan and Lou.
So
with Evan right behind him. It just looks like he has kind of the better cart now, but Keegan gets a really good run off the corner. Lou's going to clear, though.
He's got it. He's got it. Lou Christian with a good clear there in the 77.
Up to 7th. 1 lap to
White
go.
flag is out. Yep, here we go. The white flag is out, and it looks like Evan Say, all he has to do is stay alive for the rest of this race, right behind Keegan Sabilo. We've only got a few cars in the lead lap, and Evan Say is the leadiest of them right now. He's coming around here, folks, looking for the line, and that's going to be it. Evan Say wins it all here at North Wilkesboro Speedway on the OB Builders Cup Series.
Yeah, what a race. What a great job by keeping it clean by these guys. Really only 2 cautions, 4 because of the glitch, right? But what a drive by Evan. He did a fantastic job.
Very true and very true. It was an uphill battle for a lot of these guys. Say was not the leader of this race for all of it. As you can see, he led 109 laps. But when he was in charge, man, he really put on a show. Really good drive out of Mr. Evan Say there. We'll be talking to him later on for sure as he burns it down right now and draws his initials in rubber on the asphalt.
Yep, trying to get the car to go around. Doesn't have the front brake bias in it, so it won't do a full donut. It happens. Right.
You got it here. We got the race results. Evan Say in first with Michael Conti in second. Maverick Davis in third. Adam Benefield took fourth. Brandon Pasalacqua in fifth. Brian Johnson in sixth. Luke Christian seventh. Keegan Sabilo in eighth. Justin Levine in ninth. And Alexander Carr in 10th.
Yeah. Let's not forget Maverick Davis with the team birdie fastest lap of the race with an 18.3.
Yeah.
But in 11th, we have the 24 of Jose Medina with Shane Clore in 12th. 13th is going to be PB Henry. 14th, Chris Hudson. 15th, John Binder. 16th, Greg Carr. 17th, Michael Figueroa. 18th, Joseph Kazi. 19th, Kenny Powell. And 20th is going to be Mark Sanchez.
Moving right along, Tim Wortman Jr. in 21st, Luis Becerra in 22nd, Paul Hill in 23rd after a battle between those two, Patrick Gator 24th, Paul Gallimore 25th, and Keith Long rounding out the overall 26-car field. Wonderful race tonight out of these guys. We got to watch the sunset in North Wilkesboro as we went around, and now we get to pick the brains of some of the drivers who went through this series or who are driving in this series and who decided to grace us with their presence in the old Discord here. So let's start things off. See if we can get third place's Maverick Davis up here in the booth. Maverick, are you here? Hey, can you hear us all right?
What's going on?
Hey, I'm doing pretty good, my friend. I'm doing really good. You did really, really amazing during this race. Also, my friend, 138 laps led, and then it felt like things started to get a little bit more difficult toward you toward the second half of this race. What do you think? What do you think changed in terms of your overall fortune there?
Well, I don't know. But I know Evan he just had his hot rod come to life there in the last half, and I was trying to stay out front and just kind of set the pace and not burn it off too crazy, try and save some tire because I assumed it was going to be another long run. But then he just blew my doors off and ran off into the sunset. There was one point in that run, I think around 190 or 200, or that might be a little late. Somewhere in there, I started to run him back down, and he was probably just saving. But yeah, that was the last of my right rear's life right there, and and then he was gone forever. So I definitely, just try to keep it in one piece. Car was super sketchy. We put together a really nice piece this week. Car's been really fast, but yeah, he had the better car, drove a better race there at the end, and I'm all right with P3.
Yeah, man. It was especially after 260 laps in North Wilkesboro. It's a well-earned P3. Also, you making your way through lap traffic there. You had that really unfortunate bump into the back of Jose Medina. Managed to save and come right back out on top after that. Is the short track more your home than the longer tracks?
Well, I will say I did a lot of short track when I first got on the sim, and eventually I got to the point where all the leagues and stuff were a lot of running trucks, running cup car, all that stuff. So I kind of just transitioned away from the short track style of things. But my dad used to race back in the day, short track life, and so that's kind of like it hits close to home being at a short track like this. So I was definitely really excited for this week. I know, like I said, we put together a great car. I totally thought Adam was gonna, bring the pace on, and I was gonna let him by if he got to me, but it seems like we kind of just grew stagnant there at the end. But all in all, not too bad.
All in all, not too bad. Absolutely well said, my friend. Anybody you want to shout out to or thank for your great drive today?
Well, I'd definitely say, the boss in P2. Obviously he works his tail off getting us all the speed every week. Obviously we go out there, do some testing and try and figure it out, but he's the brains behind the operation. Also, all the competition that I raced against this week, having to try and find that extra speed. And definitely a big shout out to all the lappers tonight. Anyone that was getting lapped at some point in the race, they didn't do anything crazy like you'd see in a Open or one of them late night splits. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah, absolutely. Everyone seemed to kind of figure out what to do and read each other very well for the most part tonight. So awesome. Yeah, well, we'll hopefully get to talk to you again real soon, my man, up here in the booth. In the meantime, though, go and enjoy the rest of your weekend.
I appreciate it, brother. You do the same.
I will. That was Maverick Davis, everybody. Third place finisher. I am now going to pass the microphone on over to my man, Roger. And Roger, you're going to talk to second place is Michael Conti.
Michael Conti, it's Roger Pierce in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes. Hello, Roger. How's it going?
Not bad, man. I don't think I've ever actually interviewed you before, so this is a new one for both of us. Hey, man. What a piece you guys had tonight. I really thought you saved enough tire to kind of make that drive at the end, but it just seemed like Evan grabbed another gear. Talk me through the night. Tell me about the set. It seemed like you guys made some adjustments as the night went on.
Yeah, I didn't really know what to expect going into tonight. I've had some positive feedback overall this week and knew that we had some good speed, but the challenging thing about OB is that the time of day is oftentimes different than A-Open and NIS. The weather's a bit different, and we started out super hot. And like you said, it cooled down as the night went on, made some adjustments to try to keep up with it, and I think ultimately there at the end just didn't keep up with it enough, and then also just completely miscalculated how much tire to save. Evan was fast all night, but that second to last run, he fell off really hard. So I figured we'd just let him go and burn up his stuff and eventually come back to us. And with about 60 to go, I started to get on it a bit more and made up some time. And then, like you said, he just found another gear and pulled back away. So kudos to Evan, great driver. Always enjoy racing against him, and clearly had the talent in the car to do it tonight. We came up a little bit short, but that's how racing goes. You can't be the best every week. You can't win them all. Just happy to have a good finish and represent TCSP well. Had a lot of cars up front, so that was good to see. And yeah, had a lot of fun with all those green flag laps.
Yeah, you guys have had a lot of speed this week, right? One thing I noticed early was the CFM cars. If they kind of shallowed their exit off of 4, they bottomed out, and it created the bounce sequence that we see with these cars. As the night went on, I don't really know what they did, and they might have raised the rear end a little bit on the cautions we had, right? But it seemed like they just couldn't get that drive off. And Maverick, I thought, was doing a fantastic job. Keegan as well. Keegan ran that bottom line and save tires with the washout. All your cars, I felt, were extremely strong tonight. Everyone kind of showed their strengths in the braking zones, letting the car roll. And what was fun for me to watch was you and Adam kind of just saving tire together, working through traffic, right? So that was fun to see. I know you're a short track guy, right? You came to Richmond last year. You raced with us, Iowa, all that stuff. So what's the short tracks coming up? Are you going to make some more appearances?
Yeah, I'd love to. It worked out well tonight where I had a little bit of extra time and had the ability to race. And, I love North Wilkesboro. I love all of the short tracks, but it's just unfortunate that in the official races these days, they're just absolute shit shows, to be frank.
Yes.
And I owe it to TCSP customers, ambassadors, and just the business in general not to sit there on a Monday night for 2 hours and pace, right? Like, I'm not learning anything about the car. I'm not teaching anything to anybody. I'm not helping. So I use my time a little bit more wisely, I would say, and I try to avoid those races, as sad as it is to say that, because I still do love racing and I love the competition. OB just really gives me a great outlet to arrive and drive, you take really good setups, fast cars, you make small tweaks as we go, but just really learn a lot that we can then translate into more speed throughout the rest of the week, or maybe like when we go back to a short track. So it's just a really good, I don't want to say test session because I feel like that downplays the competition, but it's just good to get out there and get green flag laps and do well. So yeah, I would say if the schedule allows, I'd definitely like to do Iowa and a few of the other ones coming up. New Hampshire, I don't think it's too far down the road. So if all goes well, I'll be there. But if not, we've got a lot of fast TCSP cars to take my place and represent us well up front. So again, kudos to those guys, putting the brand, the org on display and showing what we're capable of, and that's that's good enough to me.
Well, man, I won't keep you too much longer. Second place, any friends, families, sponsors you want to thank for this one?
Just thanks to you guys for broadcasting. I always enjoy watching it back. It's a good time. Thanks to everybody at TCSP for getting out there and doing well and supporting us. I can't believe we've been doing this a little bit over 3 years now, which is crazy to think about, but going strong and really enjoying what we've got going on over there. So yeah, looking forward to the next one. Probably will be Iowa. If not, it'll be sometime before the end of the year, and we'll get back out there and try to finish one spot better.
All right, man, well, great drive tonight, and we'll look forward to see you at the next one.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Thanks, guys.
All right, Joe, bring him up.
You got it. Here he is. Evan Say, can you hear us okay?
Yep, I got you.
All right, my man. Hey, way to go. Our first place finisher up here in the booth right now. 110 laps led. Fantastic speed there. Second half of the race. But, man, you really found it. It feels like you really found, well, you mentioned earlier that it feels like you found a gear in the second half of this race. What adjustment did you make mentally or physically to your driving that you think really gave you that edge there once it was time for you to lead this race?
Yeah, I mean, really just, I put myself behind lap 3 or 4 there, just skating down the front stretch, and luckily didn't get hit. Just hit that bump wrong off of 4. It wasn't even really pushing it that hard. It just caught me out, and it didn't follow too far back, but just kind of tried to make my way back up to the front slowly, and I knew the track was definitely gonna tighten up once the sun went down and some more rubber got on the track. So I really didn't know how free to start the race, or if it was gonna be too tight, and we just kind of had to wait on the track to come to us, and once we got in the pits, make the right adjustments to free back up. We were just missing a little bit of turn in the beginning there. We can get up to third and fourth behind Maverick, and I think Louis was second at that time, but couldn't really keep our momentum through the turn that good at that point. But I mean, had a yellow there, came in, made some adjustments, and after that, it just was really didn't have to push it hard to make any speed, and just was able to get to the lead. And once you get to the lead here, you kind of just want to look after your stuff. It's pretty easy to overdrive the corners here, especially if you're looking in your mirror, someone's right on you. So just trying to stay focused, out front, hit our lines, not overdrive it. And I feel like the way the car is feeling, that second half of the run was going to be hard to beat.
All right, man. You managed to come out first place here in the overall standings, though. And we take a look. We're going to pull up the standings here on the screen, see where you sit. Things might switch up a little bit here over the next couple of races. You managed to dodge some of the dramatics that happened in the middle of the race. But I know that with where the points are, you're sitting in third right now. Passalacqua's in second. You have got, you've got enough points that you can make it up to the lead pretty quick here over the next race. How do you think your chances are versus Passalacqua here as we go into the next race?
Yeah, I definitely like a lot of the tracks coming up for us. A lot of the short tracks. Feel like we've been probably the best on the short tracks. We've, if you want to count Phoenix, picked up a win there. Martinsville, felt like we should have won at Darlington if I didn't run over the pit cone on entry there. So we've had a good program going on the short tracks, it seems like, and a lot of those coming up. So definitely like our chances. It's kind of try not to get wrecked and make any mistakes like we did tonight. Just luckily was able to overcome that, and I think we can pull off some more good finishes and hopefully some more wins along the way. I think we've definitely had some good speed throughout the season on a lot of different tracks. Just gotta keep putting them together.
Awesome, man. I think you will for sure. You got to have an excellent jumping off point here after this, and you're looking really good on the points. So there's more power to you as we go into a series of short tracks here in the next couple of tracks that could really set you up for some good stuff. So anybody you want to shout out to or thank here for your gold medal today?
Oh yeah, just got to thank all the guys at Majority Speed Shop, CFM Performance. If you want any type of sets, dirt, asphalt, NASCAR, you can look us up, cfmesports.com. Just gotta thank our guys for helping out testing and turning laps. Just I was not at home for most of the week, so I didn't get to do any races, and it's my first race tonight. So luckily, those guys was able to run some laps and get us some good feedback on our set going into tonight. So thank all of those guys, and also Tact Your Defense, Captain Morgan, CI Performance, and just thank y'all guys for putting on the broadcast and everyone that helps put on the league for us.
All right, well, thank you for your awesome display of skill here tonight, and we hope to talk to you here in Victory Lane again real soon, my friend.
Thank you.
All right, that was Evan Say, everybody. Your winner tonight here on the OB Builders Cup Series, North Wilkesboro 165. It was 260 laps around in total. It was the 21st race out of 36. We are on the back stretch of these races overall, and things are only going to get more exciting here. After the drama today on the track, the whole top three could be changed within the next couple of races, but let's take a look at where we're going here. Indianapolis Motor Speedway is the next track. That's going to be a lot of fun. Thursday, July 23rd here, 9 p.m. Eastern. Indianapolis Motor Speedway, 100 laps around here on Grid Vision. That'll be next Thursday, the 23rd.
Yeah, and that's a great track, right? Qualifying is going to be super important there. So this league does two times speed weather-wise, right? So you're going to see the track change dynamically throughout the race, and it's going to be exciting to see these guys go around.
Heck yeah, my friend. And in the meantime, what we just witnessed was another great example of OB Builders Cup Series just doing what they do. We had a lot of green flag racing tonight. We had some yellows, we had some drama, but we had a lot of fun as well. And so I gotta say that from my point of view, and maybe hopefully from your point of view too, Roger, and down in the truck, if I know you had a point of view as our great point of view as commentators, we got to enjoy something good as usual. Oldie Builders Cup Series is delivering. So, folks, from the entire Grid Vision team, that's me, Jolo, Roger Pierce, and Austin Derbyshire. We want to thank you for watching and for participating in the chat. For more information on getting your lead broadcaster supported by gridvision.live, hit us up on Facebook, Discord, or info@gridvision.live. Big special thank you goes out to Andrew Cardinal IV of Whiplash SimCams, who provides the beautiful cameras we use on all of Gridvision's broadcasts. And congratulations once again to Evan Say on winning tonight's race from North Wilkesboro Speedway. This has been, once again, Joe LaCastro, Roger Pierce, and Austin Derbyshire, our producer. And hey, folks, we'll see you next time on the grid.